things that you do not want keep happening to you over and over again. Same scenario occurs, What's happening inside of you is in direct correlation with what's happening outside of you in your life. Most people just throw up their hands in the air and ask, why me? Why this is happening to me? But the truth is that you are an active creator and participant and contributor to what is happening into your life. You cannot change what you are not aware of, what you don't know about, right? That's what self-discovery is for, to become aware of your internal landscape, of your internal reality, of what's happening inside of me, on the level of my physical body, my emotions, my feelings, my thoughts, my thinking patterns, my behaviors, my relationships, my relating to the world in general, to become aware of that and become conscious of this and to kind of express ourselves in a conscious way. Hello, and welcome to my podcast, Self-Discovery Simplified, where we heal ourselves, break our habits, and tap into our true potential straightforward without the fluff. So what is self-discovery? Why is it good for you? And why you should listen to this podcast? So self-discovery is like, imagine taking a journey within yourself. So I'm sure that you took many holidays, vacations, and you've seen beautiful places on this earth, and you have a bucket list of places that you want to visit. And when you go on a trip, when you go outside of your country and you explore a foreign land, then you always come back kind of enriched by that experience. Self-discovery for me is something very similar, in terms of feeling and experience, but it's a journey inward. It's a journey inside of yourself. If you think about it, that how obsessed we are, traveling all around, right? And going to places and wanting to discover and learn more. But most people, I think, not really interested what is happening inside of them, right? Inside their body, inside their mind, and so on. Why is it important to pay attention to what's happening inside of you? Is because what's happening inside of you is in direct correlation or connection with what's happening outside of you in your life. If you haven't experienced this yet, then you are very lucky, but I'm sure that you had many experiences when you do certain things and you get a certain result, mostly undesirable results, right? Things that you do not want keep happening to you over and over again. Same scenario occurs, and then most people just throw up their hands in the air and ask, why me? Why this is happening to me? But the truth is that you are an active creator and participant and contributor to what is happening into your life. And what's happening in your life outside is really the result of what's happening inside of you. And if you have no idea what's going on inside of you, then your outer manifestation and your life is gonna kind of mirror that, and it's gonna look maybe chaotic or maybe insane or crazy, or it doesn't make a lot of sense, or it will be sad, the result, or a tragedy or a comedy. So it can look many ways, but most people are not happy, how their life is, their relationships, their jobs, their financial situation, maybe their health, their body image, things like that. If you ask most people, they for sure, mostly unhappy with these things. And what most people are trying to do is to kind of fix the things outside, right? So if you don't like your job, just get another job, right? Find another job, find another boss, another company. But really, the underlying problem just stays there, and it stays the same. And these kind of solutions sometimes can provide temporary relief, but normally doesn't provide long-term satisfaction and fulfillment. And that's why a lot of people are just depressed and unhappy, right? The only way to change your life life, how it looks outside, is if you change things inside of you. And that's what self-discovery is about, because you cannot change what you are not aware of, what you don't know about, right? You can only change something that you are in consciousness of, right? That you are aware of. That's what self-discovery is for, to become aware of your internal landscape, of your internal reality, of what's happening inside of me, on the level of my physical body, my emotions, my feelings, my thoughts, my, thinking patterns, my behaviors, my relationships, my relating to the world in general, to become aware of that and become conscious of this, and to kind of express ourselves in a conscious way, not unconsciously. Because before you become aware, you're just like kind of like an automatic machine, like a robot, like a little R2D2 or something like that, which is, what is planted into you, what is programmed into you. You kind of just repeating that and regurgitating that because you don't even know what is going on, right? So once you become aware and once you become conscious, then you're going to have an opportunity to choose what you want to do. And that's what free will is. That's what choice is. And once you can choose and you have awareness of what is best for you, then you're most likely to make better decisions, and that will result a better quality of life for you and for the people around you. So that's what's kind of in a nutshell my explanation for self-discovery and why is it so important. And I am definitely a living example of that this works, and if you work on yourself and if you go inwards and you pay attention to what is happening inside and you consciously change things that you are not to your liking and to improve, then your life will become better. Your relationships, your career, like your finances, like everything, your health, your well-being, just everything will improve if you do this work. And I can, say this from my own experience. And over the last 20 years, I guided and supported many people to expand their awareness, to take back their power over their life, to create, fundamental positive change in their life that sustains long term. So I know absolutely without shadow of a doubt that this is possible. It is possible for everybody to go through this process, to walk this path. And there are many ways and many tools and many guides and teachers and examples and inspirations, so and a lot of them is for free, like this podcast. So if you feel called to do this, if you had enough suffering, if you are at that point when you say, okay, it's enough that I just don't want to live this way anymore and something I want to change, then this is the moment. Seize the moment. The moment is now. It's never too late. And you don't, there is plenty of free material on the internet, online, and maybe in person available that you can start with. And definitely you're not going to regret it. And the best news is that there is nothing to lose, right? Because if you are at the point that, okay, I'm willing to invest into changing myself, then I assume that you are uncomfortable and you are suffering. So your life kind of sucks, right? So what can happen, like it's already bad what's happening. So there is nothing to lose, right? The worst case scenario, nothing's going to change for you, but that's only going to happen if you do not, put yourself in there and you do not contribute to your process. But there is really nothing to lose, and it's never too late. And this is as good as any moment to start. I think that this is one of the most important things that you can do for your health and happiness and well-being, to go on a journey of self-discovery. And I don't mean like give up your life and go on a walkabout, for a year or something and live in a cave and go barefoot. That's not what I mean. You can do self-discovery while you are keep living your life and you have a job and you take care of your family or your partners or your pets or whatever, right? You are taking care of. So this is not something that you have to sacrifice everything else in order to do this, because I think maybe a lot of people think that, and that's why they never start. You can start by carving out some hours in your week and dedicating to reading things, listening to things like this podcast information, start thinking about things and expanding your awareness of things, educating yourself. And that's the first step of self-discovery. So if you're ready for that, then please like and subscribe this podcast and stay tuned for the next episode when I'm going to share with you all the tips and tools and wisdoms and understanding that I gathered over 25 years of walking this path of self-discovery and also helping others to walk this path and to take back their power and to heal themselves as a guide and as a therapist. So I hope that this made sense. Please, if you have any questions or comments, make a comment. If you would like to hear about some particular topic, make a suggestion. If you didn't understand something, please, tell me what was that so I can explain maybe in a different way. And thank you for listening. See you in the next episode.